one burnt you, know that ain't cool. Wanna show you how I'm nothing like him. Swear that's the truth. So you can't trust that
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Spot Real Talk. My name is Tiara.
I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Ron.
And today we are reviewing Empire, Season 3, Episode 7. So last week we got to see the big meltdown of Empire where, everybody was exposed. All the emails were leaked and they got hacked and all this craziness that went down. And so now it's kind of like they recovered from that and they're pressing forward. We know that last week Cookie broke up with Angelo. And this week he's back knocking on her door and they just pick up right where they left off. I knew Angela wasn't going to give up that easy.
Well, first we have to welcome back
Tiffany's back.
Tiffany.
She was out of town.
She's out of town and everything.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back. And
So,
you guys did a great job. Y'all held it down. And Ron, I'm going to pay you back for all of the stuff that you said.
Yeah, he kind of got on you last week.
Yeah, he did. Several
all
times.
due in love and respect.
Oh, of course. You know I love you guys too. But you're still going to get it.
Mm-hmm. But, I know you're going to have a lot to say about, especially since the stuff that happened last week. It was a huge episode. And this week's episode wasn't as hectic, it's a little more toned down, minus that crazy dinner that we're going to talk about later.
That's a big minus.
Yeah.
Yes.
But, Cookie and Angelo, they're back in the swing of things.
Yeah,
and
literally in the swing of things. I wanted her to move on from Lucius anyway. I always told Ron I thought that he was the devil, know. So I was glad to see Cookie taking that step to move on.
But here's the point. Is Cookie reminiscing about the one that got away, and she sees Angelo as
a second chance.
fix.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
A second
that's
chance.
And you
sure.
think that's okay?
Yes.
Yeah, because I think she realizes that she made a mistake,
Mm-hmm.
dogging a nice guy to be with Lucius.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this time she's recognizing
So
that
she's gonna
when she
correct-
comes across a nice guy, she's going to give him a chance.
So
Yep.
she's correcting this wrong that she did way back
Yeah.
when.
Yep. I believe
So
that.
she's merging her present time and her history.
It's called growing up and making a mistake. You're supposed to learn from your mistakes, and that's just what she's doing. This time she's like, I'm not going to count out the nice guy.
So you don't see she and Lucius being a forever.
No, I mean, I think they will always have love for each other. I always said that. And I think,
Lucius can only love her one kind of way.
yeah,
I think she can learn. I think she can love Lucius and have someone else.
yeah.
I don't think Lucius can follow that line.
No,
Lucius
I don't
can't
think
give
so
her the
either.
kind of love that she needs.
No, she can't,
deserves.
because his love is reckless.
Yeah.
Too. Like at least I think.
Well, they both were reckless. I mean, I think that look.
But
Cookie has
Cookie-
grown significantly.
She
She's
has.
Well-
mature. She's beyond
I'm
him
talking
now.
about
and
her
sometimes
love.
jail has a way of doing that to you. She spent a lot of time.
But I'm thinking that her love is more pure. She's looking for a man to love her in a pure way, like Angelo.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Lucius has a lot of like he's vindictive, he's petty and
Yes.
stuff, as we'll see later on in the show about how he showed up at that dinner.
Yes.
I mean,
But all that she loved at one point or another.
when she was a kid.
Right.
And you know what?
When she was a kid.
But I think she's still down with that though.
It's a part of who she is. She's
Exactly.
ratchet. She's ratchet.
There you go. So Ratchet's gonna move all the way up the scale to big time.
Well,
I
I
don't
mean, for
There's
a
a
good
lot
man,
between the two of them. A heck of a lot. There's a world between the two of them.
they have history, of course. I'm
No,
not
I'm
saying she
saying
would ever.
between Angelo and Cookie. There's a world between them.
Yeah.
And I'm not certain if those two worlds can mesh together.
Well, we're seeing that.
We're seeing
yeah,
that. Yeah,
I
we're
mean,
seeing that.
We're trying to
there's
see
gonna
it
be
work.
that's a bumpy road.
It is
is.
a bumpy road, and it may not be a forever after type of thing, but I am happy that she is open to
And
it.
that's why I think Cookie broke up with him too, because she was trying to spare him all the baggage that comes with her.
Right.
But Angelo is fighting for her love. He wants what he wants, and so that's why I think it can work, because it's one thing when you have all this baggage and somebody's not really down with it, but it's another thing when you have baggage and somebody still accepts you for who you are.
Exactly. When Beyonce got a song, flaws and all, there you go.
And even that remains to be seen. Because, I mean, Angelo is around all types of females. Okay? None quite as raunchy as it's Cookie.
it.
But I think that's
I
what
mean,
he appreciates about her because
I
she
think-
is who she
but
is. She's
it-
not
That
hiding
she's
under
real.
a veil.
I
of,
think so.
you know,
But that's a commodity that he either wants in his life, or is it just this is new, and when the novelty wears off, I'm back where I'm supposed to be.
Well, there was a comment. It came up at the dinner. We're gonna talk about the dinner, but his mom said, my family. That's where we started. My family is
Exactly.
just like yours
Right.
at one point, and we
We grew up.
grew from there. But at one point, my family was just like yours.
Just like yours.
And so I think that's why Angelo can accept her for who she is, because he know that his family started out there too at one point or another, as most black families have. We all got a little bit of
Yeah.
drama.
We got a little
We
bit
got
of
a lot,
baggage. Yeah, we do.
My
And,
neuroses got to fit your neuroses, and then we do it.
and then we don't really know his background. Like, I'm going to go back to that tweet that I said from Tay Diggs.
Yep.
When I said, Angelo, I said, she's talking to him this way. She don't know his background. And he responded and said, keep watching. And they're gonna reveal his story.
You on. That's all he was doing. He was dragging you in.
There's
He was
probably
pulling
more
you in on that
background.
rope.
He probably more ratchet than we think. He probably got some stuff in his own closet.
Yeah, well, we know that from what his mama said, but I'm not certain if all that stuff matches her stuff.
Oh, I
enough
don't think
to the point.
anybody's stuff
Right,
matches her
yeah.
stuff.
Well, like I said, 17 years she spent.
In the bank.
Yeah.
In the bank.
Yeah.
That'll change it.
Well, we're gonna pick back up with Cookie and Mr. Dubois, but Angelo. So, also this episode we see with Jamal and Lucius, they still have a little thing going. Well, Lucius is pretty much pressuring Jamal for music. Like, look, you're falling off.
But
and
he's right.
yeah, he is right. And he showed him the little clip from Charlemagne. He's on the Breakfast Club, and
Dog him out.
he got Donkey of the Day because he's been hiding since he got shot and going through his PTSD. And Lucius pretty much showed him the clip of Charlemagne dogging him out. By the way, if you caught the uncut version on the Breakfast Club, it was way worse.
As
he
we
tore
know,
Jamal down.
as we know, Charlemagne can be.
Yes. So the version that they showed on TV was nothing compared to how he went off on him on the show.
Wow.
Yeah, but he needs drug rehab more than anything.
Yeah, he does.
But his dad in this case, and yes, I'm a Lucius backer, whatever. But he's got to open Jamal's eyes some kind of way.
Yeah.
His numbers are slipping. This isn't one of those jobs you can just go on extended vacation and come back and everything's okay.
Absolutely.
So
you
when
know,
those
I know
numbers
that.
Drop,
Yeah.
you're done.
Yeah, and
So-
that's what Lucius was saying. But Jamal, he kind of reassured him, like, look, I'm working on new stuff, and it's different from what I usually put out. So
Yeah, but he's got to get back on stage.
yeah, and the other thing that we seen even from his drug overdose last week, the little the producer guy who gave him the drugs, he was kind of downplaying it, like, oh, I just basically need to adjust your dosage, pretty much. And so he really like brushed it off like it wasn't a big deal.
Just
That's what good dealers do.
He is bad
They
news.
take care of their clients.
First of
And-
all, he on a DL. He on a DL,
Whatever.
and then he's drug dealer. He
Yeah.
is bad news
Good.
all the way
All
around.
the
Oh,
way.
yeah. So he's gonna fix his dose. He's a pharmacist.
Yeah,
That is an unlicensed pharmacist.
Right.
Okay.
and so the other part is going on with Andre and Nessa. So they're still, going full speed ahead.
Okay. Stop right there. Andre, your mama asked you to do something. It was important. You chose
Nessa.
Nessa
You chose Nessa.
over your mom. Now I understand. You had two commitments, but I'm not understanding as to why you didn't fix that like real early on.
Yeah.
Like either tell your mom what your commitment was, or Nessa say, look, this is what's going on. This is what it is. I can't.
He made an attempt.
He made an attempt. Yeah, but
Because
see,
he initially just showed
that's a
there and
punk
he was
attempt.
like, I'm just going to show my face.
That
blah,
was
blah,
real
but
mild.
she convinced him to stay.
that wasn't an attempt because she had no idea actually what was at stake. She really didn't know that,
Yeah.
and I think he punked out. He didn't. He should have said something to her more about, hey, this is what it is.
Well, it was big for her because it was pretty much the memorial of her brother's death, and it was a very emotional time for her. And it was also a opportunity for Dre to see her family and meet all of them. And if he's really trying to build this new empire and take over like he say he is, then he got to commit fully with Nessa because she's the key to his plan.
But Sean,
he said that Dre wasn't going to even come, so that's another reason why she was happy to see him, because he was like, he ain't coming.
in that respect, I think, like I said, there's a lot of mixing in the show that I'm not sure how it's really going to work. I mean, I just don't see Nessa and Andre. I mean, it's not. I don't see this working.
I don't think it's going to be a forever after.
And from another thing, you can't trust Sean for nothing.
You can't trust him. I like Nessa, but in some ways I feel like she's kind of too young for him. It's something that
you know what it is. She's not controlling her brother. She's not putting him in his place. She, and I can understand that. She respects her brother, yada yada yada. But the point is,
they have that type of relationship.
No, because she's always been submissive to him.
Yeah.
And but she's gonna have to, step up on him.
I
Step
think
up
she
to him a
will.
little bit.
I think she will.
She has to do that.
And even with Andre, he's not looking for a happily ever after. I don't even know if y'all peeped it, but he's still wearing his wedding ring.
He is.
Yeah.
I think he's looking for right now. He's looking for some comfort right now.
Comfort, and he's trying to use.
Yeah.
He's pretty much using Nessa to build his own empire.
But
because he's the only one in the family, like he said last episode,
Is
without
that
any
bipolar
musical
thing
talent.
slipping in because he's giving the wrong signals to the wrong woman.
I don't
Because
know.
you get Nessa so messed up.
But it's not like he doesn't like her though.
Right. I was gonna say he does like
He
her.
still likes her, but he's not trying to build a future with her as of yet.
Yeah,
Thank you. That's what I'm thinking.
But what is? I'm surprised you ladies are not looking at it from Nessa's side though.
I mean, Nessa's still young.
Because-
She has a lot of room to grow.
Yeah, but
At that age, you always interested in the older guy. It's always very appealing to you. So that's kind of like the puppy love, the crush that you have on the older guy until you come of age and you feel like you realize what you really want.
But your brother is Sean.
But Shine, he got to realize that he got to give Nessa room to grow too, because he
still looks at Nessa like she's 6
He does.
years old.
And I think Nessa feels for Dre more than Dre feels for her right now. I think he does like her.
And that's what I'm saying. I and that's really my point, because when he breaks her heart, you got Shine to deal with.
Exactly.
Right. It's a volatile situation.
And she doesn't know how to put Shine, keep Shine at bay. So it's always going to be Shine, Vanessa.
But see, I don't know that Dre would break her heart because he already has ulterior motives with, trying to use her musical talents to advance his empire. And so I feel like he's going to play it real, he's going to play it good with her. He's
right,
not
I think
break her
so.
heart.
I think so too. I think he's
Too
going to set it up.
anyway.
Right, I think he's going to set it up so that she's good and he's going to be good too.
Yep, I think so.
Okay.
So,
Last word on that, I suppose.
So Jamal also, Jamal, he was speaking about his new music, and so he unveils this musical kind of visual album to Cookie, and he gets clips from her sisters and puts them all together. And at first Cookie is like really enjoying it. She's reminiscing and everything, like, oh yeah, like seeing her growing up with her sisters and they having a good time. And then there comes like these old clips of her father and she like spazzes out and she's like, no, you can't use this, blah blah. And it seemed like very uncalled for. Like,
it was a little over the top for me.
Yeah.
I get it.
I get the backstory, but
right, the backstory tells your dad. You went against your father's wishes. He kicks you out of the house. 3 days later, he dies of a heart attack.
Right.
I get that.
Yeah.
But it's years later. Your son's trying to put something together, and you were digging it up to that point.
Right.
And to lose it that way when that's not the chick I know.
Yeah.
That's not Cookie.
I can see her maybe like just having an emotional moment, but like going off and yelling at him. I was like, that's kind of over the top, like you said.
I know, but people handle grief differently. Everybody's different. And then because, first of all, their family's dysfunctional anyway. And, like they didn't even believe in therapy. And if that's a situation that has been, underlying for her and she's had it like almost like PTSD, if you've never dealt with it, and then to see it raw like that on camera, I can see that being an issue, like touching a nerve and everything, and her basically going off, whether it's screaming, crying, whatever and stuff. It's different, you know. Especially, I mean,
She's about to tear down the place.
but I'm just saying, I can understand if just having the guilt of your parent died, like like you and I have lost parents and stuff, and unfortunately not under them circumstances. We were kicked out the house and all that other stuff. But people grieve differently, and so that's what I said. So for me, it wasn't over the top for me.
Well, I can't relate, so that's why I was like, I don't know.
No,
it seemed a little extra.
No,
it was extra in the sense that I could see her saying, "Okay, stop it for a minute and let me regroup, let me gather myself," and explain to him what that was all about.
Because she didn't explain. He had to find out from her sister.
She just booked. She was like, okay.
But when has her communication skills, think about how she behaved when they realized that Andre was bipolar. And a few seasons ago, she was like, Black families don't do that. They don't go to counseling. So they're dysfunctional anyway. So I think you're giving her too much credit to be like, let me stop and gather myself because I'm feeling.
Right.
No.
Hood families don't do that. In the hood, you can't afford
right.
that.
So that's why I said. So I feel. So that's why I feel like.
They deal with it though. See, she wasn't dealing with it, and that was the part. Because look, if you're in the hood, you grew up in the hood, you've seen a whole lot worse. Oh, if not worse, just as bad. On one day after another is something going on that can carry you over the top. We know that. If you've grown up in the hood, you know what that's about. So I'm surprised that she lost it like a little white chick would.
Well, I think for her, it was the emotions behind her father passing, but it's also about Lucius and her realizing her mistake. And I think now the Angelo thing, the Angelo thing resurfacing is her trying to make amends.
Alphabet soup.
No. Listen. With Lucius, that's the other thing. She got kicked out. She got kicked out her house over him.
She chose Lucius.
Exactly.
Because she didn't have a choice.
And what did that get her? Father died of a heart attack. 3 days later, 17 years in jail.
And you still love him.
But that's why
kind of love
it's
now,
a different kind of love.
It's changing.
And plus, they have children together, and that's why she needs to move on to Angela
She
because
wants to keep the family together no matter what.
She does, but she does not want to be romantically involved.
No,
with
because it's what comes with him is not good.
And she
it's
sees
not
that.
Good. What comes from look, the father is deceased. He kicked her out over Lucius,
and she has all that guilt.
Right, he's still wreaking havoc years later. So he's not good for her.
And so that's what I think Angelo is.
Anything right?
No, he can't. Not at this point. Not unless he has a. I don't see it happening, but his character would have to do a hell of a lot to change.
No, I'm not. No, okay. Let me digress for a moment. Now, yes, I do agree with you in Lucius having behavioral problems.
Behavioral problems.
To say the least.
Putting it mildly.
Yes. I mean, he has some deep-rooted issues
yes.
on behaviorism. Okay, I agree with that. I do. But we just, as you and I were discussing a little earlier, this is a man that grew up with problems all his life.
Yeah.
He didn't have a stable home, obviously.
You're talking about a lot of the Black community.
Let's not even go there, because that's another whole road.
Right.
But it's the same track that Lucius is on. So, I think that 17 years in the pen is what really killed it for the two of them.
And he didn't come serious.
Because I think
he divorced her in the pen.
Right. And the thing is, I think she is the type, and I think she could control Lucius over time. I think, that's a lot of time to be away. And then Lucius, being Lucius, he takes over, literally trying to write you out of the whole picture. But that's again part of his upbringing. Grass doesn't grow under his feet.
And he dogs his own kids. He
Yeah.
dogs his own kids. He pits his own kids against one another, which isn't cool as a parent.
And it's all for his so-called greater good.
It is.
Right. And that's what's not cool. So she sees that this man, while she loves him, and while this is the father of her children, he's not good for her.
So it's going to be better bringing in Mr. Dubois.
Angelo, yes.
And
even if it's not a happily ever after with him, someone who has her best interest at heart, and someone who can give her
she got her son.
Love and peace. Well, the son can't give her the type of love that she
exactly.
needs.
Well, hey, I mean, There's a
Come
night
on
out
now,
for
let,
But
that.
she's on
let
the
her
right
live.
path,
Let a
though.
woman live.
There's a night
Exactly.
out for that.
Even if her and Angelo don't work out, you can see that she's changing her type.
Exactly.
Because even after Lucia, she dated the Spanish guy last season.
Yes.
And he turned out to be a part of the gang that kidnapped Jamal
Right.
Hakeem.
Only because she's bobbing for apples. She's
I
not
know,
really sitting
but
around
I
trying to
feel
think
like
about
now-
what she needs.
No.
See, the whole
But
point is
she
she's
is,
grabbing
though.
everything that comes in that looks good. She's grabbing at it.
I don't
Not
think so
really.
though,
No, I don't
because
think
now
so.
this situation with her dad is making her realize that my dad he had a plan for me,
Mhm.
and there was this good guy that
You
I
can't
had,
put
and now
your-
I need to get back to that.
Okay, but you can't. You got to move forward. There is
She
no moving
is
back.
with Angelo.
She sure is, and I was happy that she got that good this
Mhm.
week.
Golly, dang.
I was so happy for her.
Okay.
And so
because I could be
now
on this all day.
I was about to
obviously.
say
I was like,
But
we're gonna get back into Angelo and Cookie because he invited her to meet his mother,
yes.
played by Felicia
What
Rashad.
What happened?
Let's
You don't
build
wanna
it
go
up
there yet?
there.
Okay.
We get there because initially they were supposed to meet at this event that Angelo had, and his mother was there,
Mhm.
and she ended up flaking. She didn't show up. All because of the video of her seeing her dad and everything, and it got her emotional. So she explained that to Angelo, and he was pissed, but they decided to, reschedule it, and she was going to invite her sons to meet her mom and, hopefully blend this family. And so she even went through a little prep. She went to her sister, played by Vivica Fox, and she kind of polished herself.
mhm.
She redid her condo, took down all the naked men off the walls.
Did everything. I mean, just
She revamped her wardrobe. She's a
And
little
the-
more conservative, had the nice little flower collar,
Yes.
choker.
that was a
Cute
over
little
the top.
romper.
Exactly. I was like, okay, Cookie, I like this little polished look. So
Yep.
I didn't. It was a little over top.
it was, but the fact that
Look at you. See,
I thought that
it was over the top. I hate
okay.
that
She went from this very
That
loud
little-
outfit. She had on
Yeah.
some red pants and this flamboyant shirt,
Mhm.
and then she switched gears and went with this nice little polka dot kind of
Oh, little romper,
jumpsuit
that
with
was
the.
cute.
And so I was like,
over.
that's
So what was
effort.
over the top about the
That big
romper
old
and
flower
the
with
I
that
mean,
little
she was
flower.
trying to look bougie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
she
bougie.
right.
But sometimes when you're not into bougie and you look too bougie,
Exactly, but it's the
kinda
effort
over-
that
it's an
counts.
overflow.
Right.
Because previously we thought Cookie wouldn't change for nobody,
Oh,
but now we see her
Right.
actually putting in the effort
but we've seen
to
her.
change.
We've seen her in in gowns and things like that look very very chic.
Okay,
So I'm saying, did she have to go way out there like that though?
I think she's trying to
She's
be over
trying.
the top because she knows that this is a politician's mother.
Right.
And she went to Penn and all this stuff, so there's a bar that's very high for her.
Yes.
And she's trying to make up for the naked pictures that got leaked. So she got a lot of,
Sometimes you just gotta let it go because you can't make up for that. That
Well,
that's gonna be in mom's head. There's
it
nothing
is.
you can do to destroy that.
it
book,
is.
Okay,
And
because
so-
mom's gonna see you with your breast hanging out no matter what you put on.
sagging, as she
Sagging,
said.
exactly.
I'm like, mom being shady already.
Mom knows how to. She grows shade
Yes.
trees.
Yes, and Jamal pointed that out too.
Yes, he
Mom
did.
was throwing major
Major
shade.
shade.
Yes, she was. Well, shoot, Jamal and them, that dinner was a mess. The way they showed up to that dinner
So
was
Jamal showed up, as Lucius
Hi.
would call it, a little crispy around the edges.
Real crispy.
he was lit.
I was
He
cracking.
was lit.
Oh my god.
Yes, he was.
But I like it. It was.
It was
It was
some
funny
good
though.
comedic relief.
It was
Right.
funny
Yeah.
though.
It was
It
a
was
good,
funny.
good mix for Jamal and Angelo's mom.
Yeah,
You know,
that was
I think
hilarious.
it took Jamal coming in.
I thought Jamal saved the day for real.
He did.
No, really, he
He
did.
did.
Because he kind of, I think that was, if you look at that time she had her epiphany, I think it would have been when he kind of got on her about her shade. Because that kind of,
Yeah, it broke the ice.
Yeah.
Because he called her out.
But
he
he
called her out.
Yeah.
Cookie was a little embarrassed though because one son shows up high, another son shows up with the crying baby,
Yes.
and then another son just don't show at all.
But
Yeah, here
can we?
Then to make matters worse, here comes my ex-husband and his girlfriend slash
Wife who
slash
is-
baby mama of my son's daughters.
Wow.
I'm trying to keep you out of jail type thing. I mean, yeah.
Oh my God.
All that came in.
Epic
and it was
fail.
a flood of mishap.
And then she ordered seafood, and Diane is allergic.
But look, can we just backtrack to baby Bella for a minute? She is adorable. But
Beautiful
the thing
baby.
that tripped me out was when she left when they were gonna leave baby Bella with Hakeem, did that baby look frightened or not? That baby looked like, Lord, please don't leave me with him.
Do they not have nannies?
Yeah, I was like, that baby
No.
was looking like,
No, because remember, Lucia's mom.
Oh, she kicked him out.
Yeah,
Yep.
and told
Sure did.
Kitty, do
you
your
can
job.
watch your own baby.
Watch
Yeah.
your baby.
And we ain't seen Lucia's mama in a long time. Did she kick the bucket?
No, I think
Not
she's
yet.
on her meds too. So
Yeah.
they got her on that pharmacy.
But
kit,
Bella
too.
was like, she knew that Hakeem ain't know what she was doing.
Right.
Like, babies consent, that type of stuff.
Yeah, you
Exactly.
said
And you see
that
when she
baby's
handed
face-
her.
That baby was, she
Somebody
looked
dialed
shook.
911.
She looked shook. You leaving me the hook? You leaving me the hook?
Somebody give me your phone.
Right.
Leave your phone.
Well, as
with
soon
me.
as he handed her off the cookie, she quieted down. That baby was relieved.
Yeah, he came in there. I'm like, oh my gosh. Hakeem don't know what he doing. He
Oh
just a
my
brat.
God. And so, like Lucius, when he came in to ruin the show, he pretty much said, Jamal, he's high, and he the gay
named it.
one.
Yeah.
He's the gay one. Then you got the immature one, the irresponsible one here, and don't forget, we got a crazy one too.
Right.
And so he just airs out everybody's dirty
He
laundry.
put
Except
labels
his
on
own.
it.
Except his own, of course, in true Lucius fashion. But luckily, Jamal saved the day. And he sang this really emotional song dedicated to his mom and how she deserved the best. And if you peep Lucius' face as that song was being sung, he kind of got the hint that, okay.
I think he saw. I think he saw all the turmoil that has been in that family, and yet that song said, okay, they really love you.
And I also think that the fact that Cookie owned it, like she didn't try to, brush it under the rug and try to make an excuse for the way her family is. She owned it and said, look, this is my family. This is what it is.
But
We
listen-
love each other.
But Lucius walking out.
I know, because
And
his
that-
plan backfired.
Yeah.
Not only did it backfire, I think Lucius had a moment where, and I'm not certain how that moment will play out, if at all. But I think he had a moment of really understanding
The
or
damage
really
he's
realizing,
done.
but also realizing that he really loves Cookie,
That
and
too.
he's about to lose her.
I think so too, because she was tearing up when she heard the song.
And
Yeah.
the song was about her deserving better.
Right,
And so
exactly.
that, I think my interpretation was that he also kind of seemed like, okay, I came here to sabotage the
Right.
dinner, and she didn't deserve
Right.
that.
And
Right.
and I think that's where he got that moment. That's his moment, and that's why he left quietly too.
But you
What do you
also
know
see
is
when
he
he
just-
got home, he walked past Nika's door,
What can we say?
and he was in there,
Looking
little
at-
peeping.
And
I'm
so
like,
when
look
she,
at him,
when she
trying to
turns
get back
and looks
in.
back at him as if to say, "You want some of this?"
She did. She
Hey, let's not forget they were engaged at one point in time. They,
Well-
Exactly.
so it would not be, inconceivable for them to fall back
Right.
in the sack.
There was something there, for sure.
Yeah. Well, hey, we'll see.
And what do you think? I really think that Lucius and Anika going to end up back in there together.
I think they're better for each other.
I
than,
think so too.
And they're both
she and
devious.
Cookie. Yeah, there's some devious.
Yeah.
They can run
Be
this thing.
scheming together.
Hey.
Yep.
But see, it's like never work. It'll never work.
What do you think Diane, Angela's mom, is truly approving of Cookie now?
She warmed
Because
up.
she did warm
did warm
up
up.
after she
I
seen
think what she saw was her life all over again, her flashback. I think that what she was, because if you notice, she was sitting there quite poised, wasn't trying to go nowhere. Because most people would have darted out of there so quick.
Yeah,
But
she
I
gave him a
think-
chance. And Felicia Rashad is so classy.
Yeah,
and
I
regal.
I love her.
Yeah, she plays. That's her role. I mean, but I think what she was doing was actually, it was a playback on her own life and where she, as she said, where she came from, and she saw all of that.
Right.
So she had to sit there and let's see what happens. I think, and that's why she made the statement to Cookie afterwards that she grew up. That she was pretty much the same way, but they grew up, and I think that right there is a deciding factor as to whether she accepts Cookie or
Cookie,
not.
yeah. And I can really see her trying to take Cookie under her wing and polish her up.
Yeah, that's a lot of Paul.
It is.
It is.
Because you got to get rid of. How silver once it goes
The tarnish.
tarnishes, you got to clean the tarnish before you can even
Exactly.
begin to polish.
But see, that's the way I see it, and I think that's the only way that that's the only person that can probably really try to do that to Cookie. Because, you know, when you're trying to get in good with your boo's mom, you're more likely to do some things you don't want to do.
All day.
Right.
And
Well,
so-
I also think that she appreciated Cookie's efforts too. You know,
In a roundabout way. I
think
think
she did.
she called
Yeah.
her out and said,
She
you know,
did.
you went way over the top here.
She noticed that she had
noticed
remodeled the
immediately
house.
that
She
had
remodeled
been-
the house,
you know, you didn't
everybody-
have to
but-
do this for me.
But think about that. As a mother, like, wow, she cares enough about my son that she wants to impress me. I mean, you know,
If you
right.
grew up in the suburbs, she thought that way, but she grew up in the hood. More or less, what she was saying is, "Oh, you trying to get into me to get to my son, so you
I don't
do
think
all
she
this."
said
no,
Yeah,
not all the
yeah.
parents. Well, you should want to impress the parents.
Yeah, but
Right.
not to that extreme. You go to that extreme, it's no longer impressing me. You're trying to fake me out. You're trying to, you know.
I think she seen that Cookie had good intentions.
Right.
And the fact that things went so terribly at the dinner, I think that worked to her advantage because it would have came out eventually anyways.
I think the dinner showed that this is the real side of me. What you see here is a facade. Yes, I tried to, you know, make you think that I live like this, and this is what I'm saying. She knew that with Cookie's character, this whole new decor can't be something that she's been, you know, living in for
Right.
that length of time. She knew that Cookie was
Game
trying to-
recognizes game.
Yeah.
Oh, so
But
and
I-
that's my point. Game recognizes game, and is this a game? That's what she was really trying
But
to
I think
discover.
she
think she
seen that
thought
Cookie
that.
was genuine in
Right.
her
I think
efforts.
she thought
It wasn't
she
to
had
try
good
to figure
intentions.
her
Well,
out.
I think that was hindsight. If you go back to after all was said and done, and I think that it was hindsight that gave her that. It says, okay, she was really trying.
Right, and that's why I said I think the dinner going badly worked to her advantage.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think also that she's seen, by having her sons there, you know, she sees that she did raise 3 successful kids after being in jail for 17 years. And she's owning it, and she's also turning her life around, her family's life around, because everybody's successful.
But then go back to Lucius. Now, she's in jail for 17 years. Lucius, he was actually the one that kind of kept
He
those
got her
boys.
there.
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
saying, but Lucius had a lot to do with those boys growing up being successful. You can't do so much in jail.
He was responsible for kind of honing in their talents and polishing them to be entertainers.
Well, and also,
But if you remember a few episodes ago, how Andre had his mental breakdown and everything, and Cookie had to go in and talk to him, and how he got to college, Lucius had no parts in
First of all,
that. He probably fronted the money,
Yeah.
but Andre got himself to that point.
He ain't believe in Andre being bipolar. I mean, he belittled him for that, and then he didn't even believe in Jamal's music. He didn't even want to. Cookie was the one that helped
Yep.
Jamal. You know,
He
find
threw Jamal
his
in the
place.
trash can, for
Right.
Christ's sake.
well,
yeah.
he can't get over the fact that Jamal was gay. It's just
Right,
it's
because
the
that's what I'm saying,
father
like-
man thing. It's just
So-
he cannot get over that.
But I'm
So,
just saying, you're
yeah.
talking about he did such a great bang up job while he was locked
No,
up.
I didn't say
He
he did a bang up job.
He mistreated his
but
kids.
look at it this way. Look at it this way. You would think that if he is as bad as you say he is, and I agree he is pretty bad, but he's still my boy. But
Of course he is.
but
Ron rides for the men, no matter what.
don't believe the hype. I'm just saying. Listen, I'm saying if he is as bad as you say he is, they should have been strung out on drugs. Nobody would know that.
That
Who kept that
he
close?
he would not let them get that way because he's
Exactly.
seen the talent in them, and,
And
he
he
sees
also
that
knows
that
where he-
benefits his
And he knows
his
where
dream.
he came from. So he knows every move, every step that they can make toward that outside.
Lucius ain't nothing but a glorified Joe Jackson. Okay,
Exactly.
He's seen some potential in his kids, and he was like, you know what, I'm a cash in off of
Man,
this.
you're bringing up the Jackson 5. I can't believe it.
He gonna cash
We know we
in.
didn't. We brought up Joe Jackson. We didn't bring up Jackson.
He
Okay,
was
but it's the whole
physically,
thing, I
mentally,
mean-
and emotionally abusive to them boys. And the
Yeah.
fact that they turned out that the way they did is that I gotta give them credit. Papa Joe.
No shade to the Jackson family. No shade.
I'm just saying.
Y'all got the right empty.
I'm just saying. You know, those kids had a lot to do with their own success. The mom was in jail. The daddy was abusive. And so they kind of got themselves where they are now. Lucius's money, I'm sure, helped, and his musical expertise helped, and then Cookie's drive and her business knowledge helped. But it's a big mess all the way around. And so I think that now they're really trying to regather themselves and establish the family again as a unit.
So what are we gonna do with Jamal?
Jamal got to get off them drugs.
Yeah.
Okay, but right now.
Because
there are
right
only
now it
what-
doesn't seem like he learned his lesson. He almost OD'd.
But
And he back.
and there are only a
doing it
few
again.
people that know that he's even suffering. I mean,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I don't even know. Andre, does he know?
I think
I
by the
know
end of
Jamal
the season, Jamal's going to be in the hospital.
Well, Andre
think so,
does
too.
know. Does Jamal know?
Jamal.
You talking about Andre
No, Andre. Which?
or Hakeem?
I'm sorry. Hakeem. Does he really know?
I don't think
Because
so.
I don't think
Andre does. Because
Andre,
Andre
yeah.
wanted to help him with, you know,
Managing
managing
his drugs.
his drugs.
Yeah.
But what about the little face off between the what's that? What you call the guy that's the with the 12 Steps Anonymous? What's the coach? The guy.
I forgot his name, but
The advocate.
Yeah.
The advocate.
he's his mentor.
And his mentor, and then.
I think the mentor might be the one that spills the beans too.
Yeah.
Because he sees how, you know, the producer guy, he's not really doing much to help the situation
No.
by saying, I'm going to give you a less harsh drug.
Yeah,
But,
he knows
you know,
that he's got to come off those drugs. And
Yeah.
and he knows that he's got to get rid of.
Yeah, and he's the only one that's seen that overdose happen outside of
Right.
the producer, and the producer ain't going to say nothing.
Right.
So,
Yeah, he's
something's got to happen there.
Yeah, and I know he feels that he's got to get away from him because as long as he stays with him,
Right.
he's on drugs.
Now, Hakeem, he just needs to get his life. He needs to own up to, you know, taking care of his responsibilities with baby Bella.
He's still a teenager.
He is,
He's a
but
brat.
he got to grow up ASAP.
He's a brat, and he's still worried about Nessa calling her his girl, and I'm like, that is not your girl.
I wish this is what I'm saying. There's something up with Nessa. Would you speak up to this?
She already
Will you-
decided.
no. I mean, you need to put dude in his place.
Yeah.
Put
Hakeem
Hakeem
just needs a new
Yes.
love interest. He needs a new love
Yes,
interest.
she needs to put Hakeem in his place. Tear him down. Break him down.
Mm-hmm.
Say, fool, what's wrong with you?
Now, with this whole Andre and Nessa thing, I think, like I said, I think he's going to continue to milk that to get his dream going. But in terms of Shine brought the whole Frida situation up. The fact that, you know, Lucius used Frida saying, you know, like, if you come sign with Empire, then, you know, you can have the opportunity to work with Frida. Y'all can do y'all thing. But turns out Frida wasn't even associated with Empire no more
Right.
until Andre went and, you know, sucked up to her to get her to come back. And so he ended up bringing Frida to the cookout that Nessa invited him to. And, you know, Nessa and Frida are performing on the stage, you know, about how they both lost people in their life. Frida lost her dad, Nessa lost her brother. And so they did this little duet kind of performance.
And what's Shine?
Shine is
Cool.
recording. And
I
so
saw that too.
I'm like, what is he doing?
Mm-hmm. He's plotting.
Blast.
Yeah. And so the
Stream, he
wheels
gonna-
start turning. And I'm like,
If he wasn't streaming it at that point in time,
Right.
which he probably was.
Probably was.
yeah. So I know that that's going to come up again. And Lucius, he thinks that he might have Shine under control by signing him. But he got a whole
Well,
other
he'll
thing
never,
coming.
I don't see. I see that. I know that Lucius knows and understands he's not going to be able to control Shine. Shine has seemingly for every step Lucius takes, he has another. He has a step. They're at a stalemate as far as I'm concerned. In fact, Shine might be a little past Lucius because he's always plotting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's plotting against everybody. You know, and streaming that
that video, yeah.
that video, you know, that's going to bring it home. I'm sure coming Wednesday.
Yeah, I really wanted to see more out of Andre this episode because after that big revelation where we find out that he's like this new villain, I was like hoping that this follow-up episode would have been more of Andre being devious.
That's leading to the
Yeah,
winter finale.
it's probably
Yeah.
it's leading up to that. So,
Well, actually, though, I mean, he did a nice first step, and that is getting, Nessa to, really follow his lead. I mean, that's what she's doing.
She is.
She's following his lead, which is why she wanted him to meet the family, meet the other hood rats, of thugs.
What you gonna?
I mean,
Oh,
hey, she wanted him to meet the hood.
why he's stereotyping?
I'm not. That's what they were. You know, come on now. Okay, you didn't see no 3-piece suit up in there.
Dre was there.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yes.
For you be having
Don't
people
go there.
sending us hate mail.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, it was street. That's all
Ron's
it was.
thoughts are Ron's thoughts
was,
alone.
It was street. And we saw street. He came to street, and that's all it was. It was a street party.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
A block party.
I guess we'll have to wait until Wednesday to see. So, as you guys know, I'm going to be out of town, out of the country.
Out of
for
the
real,
country.
for a few weeks. And
So it's where you going?
Wait a minute.
You said wait for the
Wait
drop.
for it.
Wait for the drop.
I'm going to Ghana.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
Wow.
He's going to the motherland. So
Exactly.
next week, Ron and I will be filming without Tierra, but she's going to Ghana. And you know who else is going to be in Ghana? I know some of you probably watch the fabulous show Queen Sugar. Ralph
been
Angel
watching.
is going to also be in Ghana.
I'm looking for Ralph Angel. So
I hope you find him because he's fine. I know you saw us talk about
Yes.
Tasha from Power being your chocolate drop.
He's
our
our
chocolate drop. I'm gonna be stalking your IG and everything.
He's too
Looking
young.
Look out.
for
If I see him, I'm
Ralph
gonna go
Angel.
crazy.
He's too young for you.
no, he's
He's
not.
only a few years younger than me.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's still a millennial. She can
Right.
she can rock a Ralph Angel.
How you doing?
Yeah, she can rock a Ralph Angel. Matter of fact, he's legal. I would still rock a Ralph Angel.
But yeah, like we were initially considering
Y'all might be
reviewing
on
Queen
the same
Sugar.
plane. What about that?
If we are, then he gonna be tired of me by the end of the flight because I'm gonna be talking his ear off.
But
Right.
make sure you do that shine sequence. You know, stream it.
Oh,
Stream it.
I sure will. But like I said, we were thinking of doing Queen Sugar as a review, but we ended up going with Empire by popular demand.
Yeah,
Or
we
so
did
we thought.
a Twitter poll,
Mhm.
and you guys chose Empire, which we
It's
love.
fine, yeah.
But
Queen
next
Sugar,
season,
we've definitely
We're
been
on-
keeping up.
we're
Next
on Queen
season,
Sugar, for real.
we will be doing Queen Sugar
Excellent
for sure.
first season. So, I guess we can wrap this up. This was Empire, episode 7. And so next week, Tiffany and Ron will be back with
Hold
episode
down the
8.
fort.
Yep.
With
and
boxing gloves. What do you want? 10 ounce or 12?
Exactly. We can talk about that offline.
right. So I'm gonna be texting y'all so I can give y'all my commentary so y'all can talk about it.
Okay.
Okay, good. That's a good idea.
Okay, cool. So I guess guys, make sure you follow us on our Instagram, our Facebook, and Twitter. We're at The Spot Real Talk, and keep up with us individually. We are also linked on those pages, and you can see me in Ghana. So until next time, this is The Spot, and Tiffany and Ron will be holding it down. I'll see you guys next season.
Bye.
Bye.